I don't know what promises your scientific experts have given you. Like this guy's name, Greg Abbott or Donald Trump or Barack Obama or any of you. Um, you can't deliver on promises when they're based off of lie and manipulation. Right? You can't sit there and say, Parsons, I'm not winning. I'm not playing a game here. Okay. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the redemption of the Messiah. You know, the Gospels do need redeeming because they've been turned into comic books by mass murdering organizations. Okay, it's not the Gospels that are the problem. It's the mass murdering organizations that are the issue. And they had the little kid there on the news. Talking about how he wants to start a turning point thing, and I want to debate with which why. 2 and 2 is 4. Life's eternal grace is infinite. Share, care, given in accordance to need, built to last. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. What is there to debate about? Okay, I can disagree if you cannot disagree about the truth. Okay, life is given to us by the glory of God, and money is a human invention that is used for genocide. Okay, what makes you think you can sit with devices being monitored by quantum computing to protect human beings from being self-destructive to their own existence and talk about how you make your money and how we should make our money? Okay. There is no left or right in this dialogue and what's going on. There's me, and then there's the assholes on the outside looking in. And then there's the assholes on the inside thinking, we power, Lord. Yeah. And you got these poor little kids here, being trained and conditioned by their parents who are lawyers we pledge allegiance to the flag, to the United States of America, and for the republic for which it stands, individual, of liberty and justice for all. Okay, liberty is living the Lord's Prayer. Justice is living the Lord's Prayer. We're not living the Lord's Prayer. Why aren't all the Muslim nations in the world screaming this at the top of their lungs? Obviously, because they're not Muslims any more than the people in the United States calling themselves Christians are Christians. Okay, this isn't a debate. Okay? They have quantum computers here at White Sands. They've had them before. They had the one in they don't tell you what they do. Okay. The government is Colonel Williams on Big Bang Theory. They're under no obligation to tell you what they're doing with your tax money and your science projects. And why Kevin Costner is making this faith-forsaken stupid movie. Stupid movie. Okay. It is stupid for a bunch of people to get dressed up in clothes and pretend to be Jesus, Mary, and Joseph for money. What do you want me to say? It's a blessing. It's a blessing for this arrogant, egotistical asshole to put on this monetary-based display in the 21st century after I've been working on us living the Lord's Prayer on YouTube since 2009 out of Cochise County. Most people, they don't even ever talk about it because they're too scared. I think they might kill me. My dad, weak communications might put me out of service. Might jam a pencil in your ear at the airport or something. They're nuts. Okay? We are dealing with very sick people that cannot self-correct. And it's very difficult and unfortunately more laborious than I ever thought. Okay? To correct this technology because of the human manipulation of aspects of human manipulation still being used on the technology to keep us incarcerated and institutionalized and indoctrinated in this insanity. Okay. And it's a real pain in the tuchus. It's horrible. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. So, you just always look to hope and understand we can be living faithfully just like that, faster than Robert Redford can hit a kid pretending to be a drunk cowboy in a restaurant with a coffee pot and stick a fork under his chin, right? Okay, Cameron Manheim really didn't have a little girl that drowned in a river swimming while they were at a barbecue. Okay, they just made that shit up for entertainment. Just to make you feel sad for people that don't exist. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand? It's made to make you feel sad for people that don't exist, like Amy crying over Sophie's Choice, and is sitting there sad and crying over some sad and silly late stage show. Okay, and she wouldn't cry about me being abused by the military perverts that have her in Phoenix in a carbon emission cesspool and her children being tortured to torture me. Okay, she won't cry about that, but she'll cry about Meryl Streep pretending to be somebody she's not over make-believe money to win a fucking rock award and lots of more make-believe money. And that's just insane. Okay? And I'm not going to sit down in a institution for indoctrination, for incarceration, and debate this with you. Okay? I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to kick your ass every time you show me that ass. Right? I did it with Stefan Diggs when he was talking about God after the football game. Okay? And the Buffalo, what's it with the Buffalo Bills? Who he be playing with now? Shit. I'd be trying to think. They be crying. I'd be trying to be patient. That's Maud Ali Lewis. That's and he can't tell me not. Where he be playing, man? Is he on the It ain't the Texans. Is it the Texans? Shit, I don't remember. He was talking and the other kids was talking. Because he ain't playing in Buffalo no more, right? But, shit, y'all. It's beyond ridiculous. It's straight insidious. If you say ridiculous is kids doing things that are silly to make each other laugh, to enjoy their time. Well, that's just ridiculous, right? Okay. But insidious is sitting there going, we can debate about money. We can declare money real and use it to extort you and exploit you and torture you and keep you tortured forever, and you'll never win. You'll win. You'll never win. Yeah, Sarah Vaughan has quite the voice, doesn't she? Whatever Lola wants. I see why Chief liked her so much. It's very sensuous and very when I say powerful, it appears to be powerful. It's very strong. She has a very strong, sensuous voice. Powerful. Truth, faith, power. Manipulating energy is one thing. Power is the glory of God. The essence that is the source of the sun. And I was sitting there when I was listening to all you call for tax and income. Oh, God. And retirement should be like it's summer all year long. Shut the fuck up, please. You talk. This is like child abuse. This is like child molestation and mental rape. Okay? Shit. No, seriously, it is. Okay. Forgive debt and trespass loved ones. How many times have people in Catholic Church said that every Sunday? And then they have this poor man crawling to this place where Juan Diego had his revelation to talk to the Virgin Guadalupe, right? And torturing his body because he feels bad about something. I don't know. Okay, and I'm like, the story that the Muslim men told me in Sierra Vista at the grocery store about the Hajj, with the 3 men that went to the Hajj, and the one man was leaving town and he saw the woman with a pot full of pebbles and mud, and she was going to feed it to her kids because they didn't have any food, and she was going to put something in their bellies like they do in Haiti. And the man stopped and took all his Hajj money and set the woman up in a place to stay with kind people and got them food, and so they would be able to survive, and someone that could help them. He knew someone that could help him there in his town. And then he went back home, and that was his Hajj, right? That was his pilgrimage. So stand up for the Lord's Prayer in El Paso, and you don't have to go all the way to Mexico to stimulate their economy, to put on a show for mi culture, mi tierra, mi la raza. That's bullshit, okay? That's complete bullshit. They write down books. And when their eloquence escapes me, their logic, there is no logic to it. Their logic does not tie you up and rape you. Okay. Logic frees you from being tied up and being raped by people that invent laws out of their ass. Sting's just not a very intelligent person. I used to think so when I was younger and distracted by the TV and J-Lo's butt too, but I'm not anymore. It's like my mom. My mom used to do Granny Kramer's Jewish guilt trip. Okay. She'd always sit there and try to make me feel guilty over stuff. And then after a while, one time I told her, because I was sitting there, I came home from leave and I was spending time with my fiance. And my sister left the thing full of dirty dishes. And I didn't know. I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy coming home and kissing my fiance and stuff. She comes in, all damn, and starts yelling at me about the dishes all being dirty. I said, Mom, I didn't even know. I've been eating at restaurants and playing kissy face with my girlfriend. If I would have known, I'd have cleaned them for you. But you didn't know. I guess you told Teresa and she didn't do it. And so, well, yell at Patrice. Well, you can't yell at Patrice. She doesn't listen. I was like, yeah, but Mom, when you're trying to make me feel guilty, after a while, it's like, Ma, it's not working, Ma. So try a different approach. Just think next time, stuff. If I'm home and whatever and stuff like that, can you make sure that, but before that, me and Lot had probably gone, because I was making money in the military, gone to a restaurant and brought her something to eat. I don't know why I didn't think of that and mention it with that. It's because I was just agitated because she was yelling at me because her daughter was a brat. No, I love Patrice. You can't lie about people, guys. I'm the most surveyed and studied human being in the history of the world. Okay? I don't make anybody look bad by telling the truth about what's happening and what happened in my life. Okay? That's not my issue. That's Barack Obama's issue. That's Donald Trump's issue. That's Greg Abbott's issue. That's Michelle Lujan Grisham's issue. That's Tom Homan's issue. Okay? They got Charlie Kirk murdered. Okay? I wanted Charlie Kirk to stand up for Lord's Prayer. He wouldn't do it. He said, before all those turning points, dear God, dear Lord, he said prayers to the Lord all the time in public. I've been on YouTube for 15 years trying to talk people into applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer and living it worldwide. Okay? He was a multimillionaire that went to the White House with the president. If he has no clue who I am, that man doesn't even understand how to use the word Lord properly in a sentence. Right? And neither do the dumbasses at the colleges that debated him over money. Right? Forgive debt and trespass, live on eternal faithful peace. Huzzah. Shazam! Kazam! Is that the name that Shaquille O'Neal played when he played a genie in a movie for money? You know your action figure shoots free throws a hellfight lot better than you do. Either that or Patrick does. Patrick never missed. It was always a bank shot because he shot put it. His action figure. Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal action figure. We didn't get the donkey one. We got the free throw one. I was like, why'd they do that? It's true, though. His wrist is broke. He cannot bend his wrist. His wrist is like this permanently when he's shooting free throws. He's shot putting it. It's funny. What do you know for funny? But, no, if I was Shaquille O'Neal, I would make it a point to know who Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. is and stand up for his courage and his love and let everybody know it. Because when he's dead and gone, okay, Bill Russell, Wilton Herbert Chamberlain, Sam Jones, and Casey Jones, okay? Kids today don't even know who Casey Jones, Sam Jones. I was watching that stupid ass fucking Brian Stewie movie. Sam Jones is talented. It was in Boston, and it was with Wahlberg. I thought, oh, wow, man, Sam Jones from the Celtics. No, it was the dude from the Flash movie. Flash, oh, he's a miracle. I'm like, what self-respected Bostonian is gonna go to a party with the guy who played, no, Sam Jones is in town. Is Casey with him? What about Havlicek? Is Havlicek going to be there? They dialed Dave Cowens. He was one of my favorites. Paul Silas? JoJo White? Charlie Scott? They only won 1 or 2 championships. Yeah, Sam Jones won a boatload with Bill Russell. Bill Russell? We got to get him beat Bill Russell? Is Bill Russell with him? Any good Bostononian, that's what they be saying, right? But I'm watching this movie going, what? Yeah, I was watching it with my Susie Bear. She was entertained by that stuff, amused. No, I was annoyed. I found it, I was especially pissed and upset and disappointed with Patrick Stewart and Nora Jones during that movie and stuff. And I was like, that man is pathetic. He's a pathetic individual. Okay. And that he had the audacity to sit there and talk about how Greg Abbott and Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk were pathetic people. Anybody who thinks that money is power is pathetic. Okay? For God, the essence of our existence is the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Right? And it's very important to forgive to forgive everybody that you voted for president of their trespass for extortion exploitation. If you want your father, who's correcting quantum computing, to forgive you of your debt and trespass. And when the truth come out, like my boy Al said in his rap, and when the truth come out, there ain't going to be enough jails you can send them to. Right? We ain't going to kill you. We're just going to, everybody in time, all through time, till the end of time, is going to know that you tried to kill the Messiah to fight and have sexual procreation over money with technology instead of live the Lord's Prayer. And that's pretty low. It's very low. So any of you acting like you're Nazi, you know who you is.